Hey everyone, it's crZym, and I want to share my experiences with Battlefield 4 over the first few days of playing it. Now, it definitely has been a little bit of a rough launch, as it is always, I guess, with these big multiplayer titles. It can't be all fine at the first day, it's just not gonna work. You can put as much beta testing in it. It's still, the first launch is still gonna be a far grander scale than whatever you're gonna test, so I guess there's always gonna be issues. But I hope that it will get resolved soon. I mean, there have been a few little updates here and there, stability patches for servers and so on, which has improved the performance a little bit from my perspective, but I guess they will have to come out with a bigger patch in the following days, but I have a good sense that they will do so, because as far as we've seen now, they're trying to patch the game, they're trying to listen to the community, and they hope that this all gets fixed soon. So apart from stability and performance, all stuff, I guess those things are all gonna be polished, and that will basically run in a few weeks, in my opinion. So this won't be a problem at all. The other problems that could be there is on the netcode side and balancing issues, which are more of a permanent thing because they might not be patched as well as easily or not as fast because the DICE doesn't see it the way that the community sees it. So these are more of the issues that I see. I do not focus too much on performance. It is a little bit annoying if you play the game and it lags or you get frame drops, but overall these things are gonna work out in the end, so I'm not too troubled about that. So let's talk about netcode, because this is really a thing that I've noticed as well. I mean, it pairs a little bit with lag and all that stuff, so you can't really say all the time what is what, but I had a lot of occasions where a guy just jumped on me, I didn't even see him and I was dead, and afterwards I just kind of got a glimpse of what happened. There's some weird issues, hit registration sometimes doesn't work, so I guess there's a bit of work to do, and I hope that they fix that part of the game particularly very soon, because this is one of the most important parts, and right now it feels worse than Battlefield 3, so I hope that they will improve on that. On the other parts, balancing issues and so on that I have experienced it now, honestly, it doesn't seem too bad. I mean, attack boats are really powerful, and especially against little birds, they're really a powerhouse, and this is a big concern on maps with a lot of water, like Parasol Storm. The attack boat is able to hit you from pretty much almost anywhere. They're pretty much as fast, if not faster than you, so they can chase you down. So this gets a bit annoying, but we'll see how that works out in the long run. I mean, attack boats are gonna get TV missiles, which is gonna be pretty cruel, I guess, but as well that little birds will get laser guided missiles later down the road, so this might work out well. As far as all the lock-on weapons are concerned, we cannot say truly what will be the final balance, because right now not a lot of people have stingers or any other kind of lock-on devices, so it's not too bad right now. Flying the chopper is quite easy, so if you're trying to get some unlocks, do it now. Fly now with the chopper, you're having a much easier time later down the road, I guess, and so we'll see about that. Another issue that I see though are the chats, and chats have already been a hard thing to balance in Battlefield, and right now it feels like they have done it a bit wrong, because over the first couple of days that I played it, I already hate chats. I think for one reason, because I can't fly for shit in Battlefield 4 with chats. I don't know what it is, but it seems extremely more difficult than in Battlefield 3. Maybe I'm just not getting the hang of it, but that's the way it is. And the other issue is that they just seem a little bit out of play in some maps, especially like Dawnbreaker for something. You don't really have a purpose there, because there's lots of high buildings, you can't shoot anything, you're just circling the air and doing nothing, so that's an issue for me where they have not been placed right at all. And in the other aspect, I think that the attack jets, like the jets that we used to get in Rush, like the A-10, they're extremely powerful against armor and such, and against helicopter they just rip through armor. And this is a neat design, you know, if you have them battling one against one, but even when we think back at like Operation Firestorm Rush with the jet, there, if you have one good jet pilot, he could wreck the other one, and there was nothing you could do against him. He would take out all tanks, and the team who had the best jet pilot would win. There's no questioning about it. As long as the guys on the ground were somewhat good players, you would win that round. So I see that coming out in Battlefield 4 as well. I mean, there's just, the chat is so powerful. If you're sitting in an attack boat, a tank or whatever, the chat goes down on you, you're dead, you can't do anything. And that, I guess, is a bad balancing issue from my point, because it just feels misplaced, this chat, and not really in the game. It doesn't really follow the rocks paper scissors principle, because there's not a lot of things that can take out a chat other than a chat. And as we know, you know, some pilots are just crazy with those chats, and I mean, skill should get rewarded, but it's just not any way to take them out. So I see an issue coming up there. I hope that they patch it some more, where the chats will play a good role but not be too powerful. But I don't have too much hopes in that, because it doesn't look that right. And it's kind of sad though, because a lot of maps have chats in them, and yeah, we'll see how that plays out. One more thing that I want to touch is map design. So far what I've seen, I've played mainly Conquest, because this is, I believe, the game mode for me to best figure out all the balancing issues, to kind of take a look at everything. And in most situations, Rush and that stuff is, from the class balance, easier to get, and there's some game modes like TDM or Defuse, I guess, where the medic is gonna play much of a bigger role than in other game modes. So I believe Conquest is the game mode to really check out the balance. So that's why I played that mainly, because I wanted to really get a glimpse of how they could incorporate all the classes, all the vehicles, and how good they are balanced. So map design, in my opinion, there's some maps that are a bit clustered, like Operation Locker, for example, and Savod. It's just, the middle part of Savod is just a huge clusterfuck. Everybody's in this building, and on top of it, and you spawn, you get shot, you spawn, you kill the guys, you get shot, and it's just not really enjoyable. So I don't see a lot of longevity in the map, though it kind of looks awesome in my opinion, but no, I'm not really doing it. And Operation Locker is a bit the new Operation Metro, but it's a little bit better because of some flanking routes, more flanking routes than in Operation Metro, and it's a little bit more open, so a little bit more diverse, and I guess that's gonna be the new Infantry 11 map, and it's quite decent, but still, you have these choke points that occur, and there's like, if you're playing on 64 players, there's like 32 players on one point of the map, and it's just grenades and grenade launchers and everything just flowing and exploding, and yeah, like we used to know it from Operation Metro, so, but a little bit better, so I can't really complain. If you don't like the map, just don't play. Apart from that, the maps seem quite solid. So far what I've seen, quite decent, quite a lot of fun to play. I like that each capture point is a little bit of an own level in its own, you know, there's always buildings, there's always things you have to infiltrate to get that flag. There's not just like an area with two little rooms where you can hide in. Most flags have decent cover where you can hide as infantry and really play a little game of its own on a flag. So that's the part that I like. So yeah guys, tell me, what do you think about a Battlefield 4 launch? For now, what are your experience? If you want to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe, leave me suggestions in the comment what you want to see in the future. I wish you a really nice day, and I'll see you next time.